So I have been raised in a really typical Indian family, and it was the environment was not really good. The expectations were really high, and I was always meant to perform in some kind of way. I didn't even believe that I had childhood trauma in the first place when I was on my path to becoming rich and to becoming successful in everything. So, when I was trying to really be successful in life, in every part of life, it was more of like I was trying to prove my parents that I could achieve a lot of things without them being to told me what to do. Kind of in a way, just trying to impress my parents, and kind of in a way to just show them that I can do things without their validation. I can do things without them having to tell me anything to guide me, and that I don't need them and all these bullshit. I realized it is bullshit very recently. From my childhood, I was kind of conditioned in a way to always seek validation, appraisal, and uh, so called good deed religiously from my parents, because I was brought up in India where, regardless of religion, they see parents as gods. In India, they worship everyone other than God. So I was brought up in a country where everything is worshipped, which is their faith. But the thing is, that affected a lot with my mental health. The problem with that was that I started seeing my parents as God. And it was almost kind of in a way that it was, I didn't even realize it was incorrect all my life until, because of social media, I started finding out about childhood trauma. I got deep into philosophy and everything. I started knowing all this shit, and then it was kind of in a way that I got to know I had childhood trauma. I didn't even knew I had it. So first thing I had to do was realize that I had childhood trauma, because that's the first thing. That's really the first step into almost everything that you want to accomplish. You have to like kind of accept that you are worse than you think you are, and then you have to aim for the best thing that you can ever accomplish. But first step is always to accept where you are right now. So accept it. You're not financially good. Accept it. You're not loved by anyone. Accept it. The first step is always to accept it. Okay. And one of the things I've realized while healing the trauma was that social interactions amounts, I would say, one third of the success in healing trauma. It is that important. So really have social interactions. I'm trying my best to have social interactions in my life. I'm trying to become an extrovert or an ambivert, I would say. I know we have been raised to almost kind of believe in a way that we have always been in the negative side, that we were always the fault. But it's not always the case, you know. Yeah, of course you can take this as an advantage and blame yourself and put yourself into positions where you're forced to make progress, but it takes a big toll on your spiritual and mental health. I would highly recommend not doing that, because I've done that. I've been there. Not a good experience. Not at all a good experience. The sky is not falling, dude. It's it's fine. You're not anymore there, all right? Just live. Don't try to impress others. Don't complain. Don't nag. Don't spread negativity just because your father abused you. No, that's not. And that's also one of the things I realized. Just because you were brought up very negatively, raised in a kind of way, just basically narcissist parents, right? If you're brought up by narcissist parents, the problem is it's kind of sickening, because this is very sensitive topic, you know. Almost all the wrongdoings that the criminals do originally come from trauma, and majority of that trauma is usually childhood trauma. So it's a really big thing, and childhood trauma can truly change your life for better and for worse, both at the same time. So really heal that childhood trauma before you make money, and I'm doing it right now as I'm speaking. Of course, as you can see, I don't have that much money. I'm making money. It's not that I'm not making money. I am. But I don't have like a crazy amount of money. And before I make that money, I really gotta heal this part of me, like this wounded part of me. You know what they say, the 20s are for healing yourself. Of course it is, and that's true. Healing in a way that you had abusive narcissist parents. I want to finish off the video by saying if you have childhood trauma and you're healing it right now, the world is waiting for you. It is waiting for you. It is all yours, all right? You deserve it, okay? You deserve it. It's not like you don't deserve it just because you're not working hard enough. Of course, that's a part of it, that you're not working hard enough, so you eventually will not get it. But it doesn't mean that you don't deserve it, okay? And that's all.